Good morning. I just want to tell you a small flashback which I experienced. A few weeks ago, my father test drove an electric car. So, when we came back home, my father wanted me to look out for other models of electric cars. And if you know Google, you know that it will also show related questions. One of them was, were electric cars actually sustainable? So, I went ahead and clicked on it. It showed that while on the surface layer they are in fact sustainable, there are also things which are not entirely under our control. For example, if you look at the batteries, manufacturing them and when you dispose them, they all harm the environment, the local environment. So then we look at the past. We like to glorify the past because we think they were sustainable, right? And there are reasons for that. But when I shifted my attention to that and I did some research, I found out almost the complete opposite. You know, in the early days of human civilizations, we were hunter gatherers. We were hunting for food and we hunted big, large mammals such as mammoths and lemurs. Why? Because they were easy to catch and killing one could fill an entire village. That was smart and it was simple. So we did that. But what they didn't realize was that they made 50% of the world's large mammals extinct solely for food. Okay, fine. So they were primitive. We can't blame it on them. It was the circumstances and they had to go for it. Next, we look at the Sumerian Empire. So these people started irrigating for their food. So they irrigated for thousands of years. And without them knowing, the soil became oversalinated, which means that there was excess salt in the soil, which also means that they can't grow food and the plants can't grow on that soil anymore. This has caused an entire empire to fall down. Why? Because science wasn't advanced yet and they simply didn't have the knowledge of sustainability. Okay, fine. So if we shifted towards the West, the Romans, when they came to North America, they destroyed massive forests. It wasn't for housing, it wasn't even for food, it wasn't for something important. They destroyed so many ecosystems, they destroyed so many habitats of all these different species for smelting silver and for their own personal comforts, purely just to build wealth. There's nothing sustainable about that also. So let's say today I tore this t-shirt. I would throw it away. Why? Because mending it wouldn't give it the same effect of it and it's simply not accepted by society anymore. And if you look at the past, they would have probably mended it, right? But that mending wasn't not, the mending was probably not because they had sustainability in their mind. It was because they couldn't afford it. You see, back then, creating a simple t-shirt would take hours on end. Stitching manually, doing everything manually was lots of labor and work. So it was just cheaper for them to mend it. See, sustainability is truly sustainable when you have the choice of it, not when it's forced upon you. All right, fine. Surely there are some civilizations, empire, or groups of people which got it correctly, had the proper scientific knowledge, had methods which could last for years to come. But when we look closer at those methods, we realize that those won't work for our large populations. They could have worked for small groups of 1,000 people, maybe a slow growing population of millions, 10 million, but surely not for a booming population of 8.6 billion people, because those methods weren't the most efficient. And when a population grows quickly, we have to adjust to it. We have to quickly find a way to gather lots of food. We have to feed these people. We have to quickly find a way for housing. We need to house these people. And sure, it has caused pollution, but those were actions of our circumstances. We were essentially forced to follow these practices because of such fast growing population. Fine. So we can't blame it on them, right? We can't blame our ancestors on everything. It all happened because of our human mentality. Not just humans, almost every animal. You see, What we want is a simple, quick, and comfortable life. Our goal as humans are to pass on and live as comfortably as possible. It's simply not in our mindset to be sustainable. Even if you help a friend today, it's probably hoping that they'll help you back. And most of the issues we face today are not because of what we did. It's because of what happened in the past. You see, we are shaped by what had happened before us. We are shaped by who made us grow up. We are shaped by our older people. And they shaped us in such a way. Right, fine. Enough talking about what the past has gone wrong. Let's look at how we are actually fixing those issues now. So, one of the biggest issues would be the ozone layer. So, 1985, there was a big hole forming in the ozone layer. This hole could cause UV rays to excessively come into Earth and cause cancer, cause massive deaths, and simply be harmful for us. So, we got together and using science, which we developed over the years, we were able to find out before it had a massive cause and effect. We were able to find an issue using only science which was available today. And what we did was we created the Montreal Protocol, and now the ozone layer is healing again. This is the first time humans have caused a massive worldwide problem, but also the first time that we have solved it. Not just that, countries like UK, Germany, France have managed to grow their GDP while actually decreasing their carbon emissions. This means that the average income of the people and thus the standard of living has increased. Meanwhile, the amount of carbon emissions and thus the damage on our surroundings and the environment has continuously decreased. And I'm sure most of us know that carbon dioxide has become such a big issue. It has caused global warmings, has caused glaciers to melt, has caused floods, extreme climate changes. And one of the leading effects of production of carbon dioxide is energy. See, almost everything we do in our life requires energy. Those lights which are on me, the car in which I came in, and most of them come from non-renewable sources, such as coal, petroleum, or crude oil. And when you burn these for energy, carbon dioxide gets released. So then, using our technology, we created renewable resources such as sunlight and wind. And we learned how to harvest them for cleaner energy sources, sources which require much less effort and are much easier on the environment and our surroundings. And the prices of these solutions have dropped by 90%, which means it has become easy for almost everyone here to easily go home and get solar panels. These solar panels can almost cut your home energy usage by half. The amount of carbon your house uses, the amount of carbon dioxide you release would cut down so much. You probably woke up today morning in air conditioning. You probably bathed in warm water today. You probably ate food which was heated using gas stoves. All those require energy and could be cut down. Also, I would probably want you to note that you surely won't want to step back in life. You see, we keep glorifying all the past, but we have never come to the realization of how much all this has improved our lives. Today, we have a much higher standard of living, and our lives expectancy has also increased, nearly doubled compared to early human life. And we almost forgot all of that. All we focused on how they were green. What I'm telling is that we should focus on how we should take a step forward, increasing the wealth we have while still reducing our carbon emissions and being sustainable to society, instead of taking a step back and trying to become more like our grandparents. You don't know what they missed out on and what we have. You must appreciate what you have and instead look forward on improving upon it. Thank you.